What's up, guys? Sean here, coming at y'all with a quick little video. Officially official as of this morning, LeBron James signs his contract with the Philadelphia 76ers. Put a post up on Instagram. He's already in the gym working at 4 o'clock this morning. Absolutely insane work ethic. That's why he's known as the king. But the Sixers still have moves to make. The bottom of the roster isn't complete yet. If we want to sign KCP, we have to make a move. We're fighting with the first apron of the luxury tax right now, so we'll dig into all that and more. But first, if you're new here, please like, please subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of our posts moving forward. We're zooming towards 1,000 subscribers, and I can't do that without you guys. I appreciate all the love and support, the comments, the views, everything you guys have done for the channel. It means the world to me. With that being said, let's get right into things and see where the Sixers stand right now. So digging into some reports on Twitter this morning, it looked like Jabari Walker was kind of the easy man to cut to make room for KCP. You could cut him, free $2.5 million, sign KCP, and stay under the first apron of the luxury tax. Sixers are trying to do that because it gives them more flexibility at the deadline on moves they can make, how much they can spend. Obviously, you hope that the roster works out the way it is right now. That's not normally the way things go. You're going to deal with injuries and other things like that. So you want to be able to make moves at the deadline, and the Philadelphia 76ers absolutely still have assets in terms of trade picks, draft capital, stuff like that they can use moving forward. We gave up a lot for Jaylen Brown, but not nearly enough, according to some people, myself included. I think that trade was an absolute fleece. The Celtics are really, really out of their mind for accepting it. But if you want to bring in KCP, the guy that needs to be cut is Janai Broome. We saw him in the Summer League the first two games playing against no true centers, nobody over 6'9". He looked absolutely dominant, rebounding, scoring. The third game, you put him up against some size, some athleticism, and he laid a complete egg. And that's nothing different than what we've seen the past couple years. Janai Broome is not going to get 3 inches taller. He's not going to gain 50 pounds of muscle. He's never going to make it in the role he's formed for himself in the NBA. He doesn't shoot good enough from 3 to be a stretch 4. He's not big enough to be a 5. He doesn't have the athleticism to defend on the perimeter. And those 3 things alone mean you can't play in the playoffs, which means you're not going to make it on this team. So, the best of luck somewhere else, but Janai Broome is probably going to end up getting traded. They'll add a second round pick or something to that, maybe some cash considerations to give him to a team who will then waive him or put him on the bottom of the roster. Who cares what happens at that point? But then when that move gets made, that gives you the money to free up to do the KCP deal, which is obviously in the works right now. He's just waiting for the front office to get everything in order. All right, I want to shout out Jacob Moreno. He's been on top of everything, salary cap, implications, trades, signings, everything this offseason. He's been a huge, huge asset on this channel for me personally, being able to see the facts of how things are right now, learning about salary cap, the first apron, the second apron, all the little details that they don't really tell you that you kind of have to figure out on your own. He's done a great job of putting everything out there in black and white, making it super simple to absorb. And I just wanted to make sure we shout him out before I move forward with anything on this. So he says here, an updated look on where the Sixers stand after parting ways with Dalen Terry. They are still $322K into the first tax apron and would need to remove one more player to bring in LeBron James and KCP. Obviously, the LeBron James deal is already done. We had the roster spot and the money for him. So that deal's already done as of this morning. Right now, the holdup is KCP. We are going to have to remove a player to bring him in. Jabari Walker's partially guaranteed $2.58 million salary seems like the easiest way of doing so. Only $250K would still be on Philadelphia's books if waived him. A report came out this morning saying that they don't want to move him. They're looking to move Janai Broome instead, which is what I agree they should do from a player's standpoint. Janai Broome has shown you that he's not going to be able to do much in this league at all. Jabari Walker has at least shown you that he's got size, athleticism, a little more shooting ability. And I think it's a much more tradable contract moving forward. Jabari Walker looks like someone that could turn into a player, which is going to be much more interesting to a team at the deadline rather than someone who has shown you nothing. So the beginning part of this season, you want to see Jabari Walker develop. You want to see him playing some bottom end minutes in some meaningless games, maybe some blowouts, maybe just filling in here and there throughout the season just for a couple minutes so Nick Nurse can get a look at him. And then that'll help boost his trade value by the deadline. Not saying that that's exactly what's going to happen, but that is best case scenario for a player like that. With Janai Broome, you're going to have to package a second to move him, and then the other team is either going to bury him on the roster or cut him altogether. So he's not really going to help us any. So Obviously, the Jabari Walker contract is the easiest route for the front office if you can't move Janai Broom, but we'll be looking to move Janai Broom, and I expect that to happen later today. All right, so getting a better look here, you can see the salary cap floor all the way up to the second apron where the Sixers stand. Kind of give you a better idea of what they're dealing with right now and where exactly they are. We are 322,000 past the first apron. They're trying to get back behind that, either for trades later or just to save them some money now to kind of help them out later. Whatever the reason is, they're going to have to cut a player to bring in KCP, so it's going to mess with that number a little bit more moving forward. We still have the McCain trade exception and we still have the Gordon trade exception over there. I'm not 100% sure what we can do with those or how they're going to help moving forward. Maybe we can slide KCP into one of those, or maybe the minimum is a better deal than that. I'm not 100% sure. I'll let y'all know when I know more on that. But we will still have about 12 or 13 million before we hit the second tax apron moving forward. So that gives us a good little bit of flexibility at the deadline. With that kind of money, you could pick yourself up a pretty good young role player from a team who's kind of obviously tanking, just looking at assets. The Grizzlies, there's going to be a few teams this year that just aren't going to be good. You're going to have bottom level teams by the end of this year. Someone's going to pop up on one of those teams. Good rebounder, good wing, something like that. I fully expect the Sixers to make a trade moving forward at the deadline. I don't think the roster is going to stay the way it is. Plus, she'll be dealing with injuries and stuff like that. So they will want to be able to have a little bit of money for flexibility. So they'll have about $13 million before they hit that second apron. So that gives them a lot of room. We still have good assets moving forward. We still have a Clippers pick that could become very valuable. And then we have a couple picks of our own. I went over that in another video, all the draft picks we have available right now after the Jaylen Brown trade. And it's a lot more than you might think. The Sixers haven't had assets in a long time. So when we traded the 2 firsts and the 2 second for Jaylen Brown, you kind of thought in your head, well, that's everything we had right there. But going through it, we actually still have a lot more available right now. So 13 million, couple first round picks, a bunch of second round picks. It's going to be interesting to see what kind of moves we make this year. But the Janai Broom contract, fully guaranteed $2.1 million. The only way we get out from under that is if we trade him. So again, try to package a second round pick and get out of that. And just again, guys, because I can't say it enough, I mean, it's still so surreal that LeBron James is actually signed. But again, an hour ago, finally official, LeBron James signed. It's probably going to be his final 2 years in the league. I'm unbelievably excited for what he brings to the team. I really am just going to keep stressing it that he is going to be a triple-double threat all year. He still rebounds so well. I heard a lot of knocks on his defense last year, and the more I go back and watch, he's not a lazy defender. He still chases down blocks. Yeah, they're highlight plays, blah, 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 but he still plays defense. And with Jaylen Brown, with VJ Edgecombe, he's not covering the best number 1, number 2 guy. Now, he may get into that situation a couple times in a game, but LeBron has never been a player that people are seeking out to attack because of his poor defense. So it's absolutely insane to think that he's, not going to play defense or he's going to be a liability on that side of the ball. We don't need him to be Miami LeBron. Laker LeBron was just fine. From the time he won a championship until last year, he's still playing at a super high level. As a facilitator, it's going to be so easy with backdoor cuts alone, cuts to the basket. He's going to get 7, 8, 9 assists a game just on that alone. That's not to say when he rebounds it and he looks down the court and he sees Maxi's already at the hoop wide open, he'll toss the ball down to him. I mean, LeBron is such a good facilitator that he's going to be a triple-double threat every game this year. 15 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists, 15 points, 12 rebounds, 12 assists. It's just, I would not be surprised at all. And I'm going to be hammering that all season long because I think you're going to make a lot of money if you bet that every week. So shout out LeBron. Still can't believe it's real. Comment down below and let me know, has it sank in for you guys yet? Are you actually ready to watch LeBron James suit up in a Sixers uniform and go out and go to work? All right, guys. Well, that's pretty much it for me. Got to go over the salary cap, what things look like right now. We'll be back if any more news breaks. As soon as the KCP signing is official, we'll come back with that. We're going to be dropping some LeBron videos moving forward about what I expect to see in terms of assists, how he plays, how he fits with these guys on the team. We got a video coming about Joel Embiid's health. This is his first healthy offseason in a really long time. That was part of his pitch to LeBron. So we're going to go in detail with that. We're going to talk about what procedures he's had, what he's been dealing with, just give you guys a timeline of what he's actually going to look like and how much time he's had to heal compared to other points in his career, which is a big thing that no one's talking about. Yes, he is a year older. He's not healing as well, but he's also got more time to heal than he's ever had in his career before the start of another season. And with the help he has this year, he's not carrying a bunch of G Leaguers to the playoffs. He actually has help. So, I would bubble wrap Embiid this year for sure, because come playoff time with the series against the Celtics, you've seen what Embiid is capable of no matter who's on the floor with him. And we need that if we're really going to go out and have a chance at a ring. So stay tuned for that, guys. Also got a bunch of Eagles content coming up. Training camp kicks off this week. I cannot wait to start covering the Eagles, although I'm more hyped for the 76ers than I've ever been in my life. It's going to be a blast covering both teams this year. The thought of both teams potentially winning a championship in the same year has definitely crossed my mind. I don't like to count my chickens before they hatch, but the odds are in our favor right now, and it's going to be a fantastic year, guys. I can't wait for it. I hope you guys stick around to grow with me. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Again, if you haven't already, please like, please subscribe, comment down below. Let me know what you're most excited for this season, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.